Previous lecture we already finished chapter review. In this chapter we have equation inequality. We need to solve it, the equation, linear equation, quadratic, and equation to the power, for example radical, fraction equation. Also we need to solve the inequality and absolute value equation. Okay, look at this. Linear equation denoted by ax plus b equal 0. So the equation of if we have the equation and linear equation, we have x to the power 1, x to the power 1. We don't have here in linear equation x square or x in denominator or x in absolute value or inside the radical. Just ax plus b equal 0, and a or b constant a not equal 0. For example, look at this. This is linear equation. Why? Because the maximum power of the x equal 1. Okay, and we don't have radical x inside the radical or x in denominators or x in logarithm and so on. Okay, so how can solve it? We can solve it by 2x equal and move positive 3 to another side, so we have negative 3. Now we have the coefficient of x equal 2, so we need to divide by 2. We must divide by 2. So after divide by 2, so we have x equal minus 3 over 2. If we need to check this is correct or not correct, we can substitute the answer or the x in any equation. For example, we have 2x plus 3 equal what? 2, and x, the value of x minus 3 over 2 plus 3. Remove 2 with 2, so we have minus 3 plus 3, and this is equal what? 0. 0, and the right hand side also equal what? 0. This is just if you need to check your answer is correct or not correct. To solve linear equation, if we have brackets, we need to simplify the equation. So we need to remove the brackets. After that, put it the x unknown or variable x in the right hand side, any number in the left hand side. Make a summation or subtraction. After that, we have ax equal b. Ax equal b. So always we divide by what? By a. Always divide by the value, the coefficient of x. So the answer, the final answer, b over a. Okay, you can check this correct or not correct by substitution. Look at this. We have the equation, linear equation. Why this is linear equation? Because the power of x equal 1. I don't have power of x to the power half or to the power 2 or to the power negative 2. We have x to the power 1. So this is linear equation. Firstly, we need to remove the brackets. So must we multiply negative 2 in the x and negative 2 in the negative 3. Okay, now we have negative 2x and positive 6 plus 5x. Okay, we have 6 only number, so this is move it to the right hand side. Okay, and summation minus 2x plus 5x, we have 3x. After move the 6 to the right hand side, we have negative 6. So 12 minus 6, we have what? 6. The final step, we must divide by what? We must divide by 3. Why 3? This is the coefficient. I don't need 3x. I need to find the x, only x. So must be divided by 3 to remove the 3 that multiply by x. So we have, after divide by 3, we have x equal 2. Okay. Another solution, for example, if we have like this, another example, 3 multiply x plus 1 equal 4 multiply by 2x minus 1 plus 2. So we have here 2 brackets and we need to solve the linear equation. Firstly, simplify. We need to remove the brackets. So we need to solution multiply 3 with x and 3 with 1. Some student just multiply 3 with x and forget to multiply 3 with 1 or another terms. This is big problem. Okay. Now, so we multiply 3 with x and 1, 4 multiplied by 2x and negative 1. So we have 8x minus 4 and plus 2. Look at here. We have x in left hand side and right hand side. We have number in left hand side and right hand side. So what must we do? We must move any terms in x in the left hand side, any number in the right hand side. Okay, so we have 3x minus 8x equal negative 4 plus 2 negative 3. Okay, now we have minus 5x and minus 2 plus minus 3. So minus 4 plus 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, we have negative 5. By divide by 5, or negative 5, sorry, by divide by negative 5, we have, what's the value of x? X equal 1. How can verify this is correct or not correct? We have left hand side and right hand side. So if we need to verify, substitute x in the linear equation. When substitute x in the left hand side, we have 3, 1 plus 1. When substitute x1 in the right hand side, we have 4, 2 multiply 1 minus 1 plus 2. Look at the left hand side. We have 6. 3 multiply 2. Also here we have 4 multiply by 2 multiply 1. 2. 2 minus 1. 1 plus 2. So we have in the left hand side 6 and the right hand side 6, and this is, so this is the value of x equal 1 is correct. Okay, any question? We have 3 types of equation. In general, we have 3 types of equation. Okay, we have conditional equation, we have contradiction, and we have identity. What's the difference between these types? Conditional equation, we have 1 or 2 or 3 solutions. Okay, if we have linear equation, we have only one solution. A quadratic equation, sometimes we have two solution, one solution, or no solution, real solution. Okay, so conditional means we have some value of x that the equation is correct. Some, not all value of x. Okay, for example, 5x minus 3 equal, for example, 12. In this equation, this is conditional. Why? Because we have solution. Okay, we have a solution and only one solution. Some solution is correct and another value of x not correct. Look at this. We have 5x equal, move 3 to another side, so we have 15 by divide by 5. So we have x equal what? Equal 3. So when the value of x equal 3, the equation correct. If we have another value of x, for example, x equal 0, x equal 1, x equal minus 1, this is incorrect. So this is conditionally equation. يعني خلينا نوضحها أكثر. conditional equation مثل ما حكيت إنه لبعض القيم بتكون صحيحة هذه المعادلة، ولو عوضت قيم أخرى ما راح تكون صحيحة. أوكي. أما contradiction we have no solution for this equation. I don't have any solution for this equation. For example, 2x 2x plus 1 equal 2 multiply x plus 3. Okay. Look at this equation. Any value replaced or substitute in this equation, any value, half, 1, minus 1, 0, 4, we don't have the correct equation. I don't have the left hand side not equal right hand side. Okay, why? When solving this equation, we have 2x plus 1 and this is equal 2x plus 6. Is the 2x plus 1 equal 2x plus 6? This is impossible. Why? When move 2x to another side and we have 6 minus 1, move the plus 1 to the right hand side, move the 2x to the left hand side, we have 2x minus 2x 0 and 6 minus 1 equal 5. 0 equal 5. This is impossible. So this is equation contradiction. Okay, I don't have any solution for this equation. هذه المعادلة ليس لها حلول، بنسميها contradiction. Identity equation, any value put it in the equation, this is correct. Any value we can for example, if we have put it 2x plus 2 equal 2x plus 1, this is correct, or this is identity. Identity means if we replace any value of x, have 1, negative 1, 0, 100, 1 million, minus 5,000, any value, so this is correct. This the equation correct. The left hand side equal right. أي قيمة نعوضها راح نلاقي إنها صحيحة. الطرف اليمين واليسار دائما متساوي. إذا أميرة بتحكي إنه solution is R أكيد. So X the solution belongs to R. 100%. The solution set is R. Why? Look at this. 2x plus 2 equal 2x plus 2. This is the same equation in the both side. Okay, move the 2x minus 2x 0, move the 2 minus 2 0. So always the left hand side 0 and the right hand side 0. Okay, any question? Example for contradiction, we already solved the example. Look at this, just divide by 2. This is x, the solution x equal 8. Just only x equal 8. Any value, another 8, the solution is incorrect. So this is conditional equation. Look at this one. This is contradiction. Why? Because we have 2x, but plus 1 plus 3. So this is impossible. The two sides are equal. Okay? So the solution equal 5. We can put 5 or empty set. This is the type of equation contradiction. Another type, identity always correct for any value of x. Why? Look at this, 3x plus 6 equal 3x plus 6. This is the same equation. 3x minus 3x equal 6 minus 6. So we have 0 equals 0 always in the both side. So the solution equal what? Equal R. Sometimes we have equation, fractional equation. What's the meaning of fractional equation? We have x and we have y in the denominators. We have a fraction in both sides or on one side. This is called fractional equation. دكتور أنا عندي اختبار، ممكن إذا في شيء مهم راح علي تعيده. ما راح أعيد شيء يا عبد الله. أكيد ما راح أعيد شيء. يعني مو كل واحد يدخل متأخر راح أعيد الربع ساعة اللي مضيتها. صعب جدا. يعني المحاضرة مسجلة أو في تسجيل بإمكانك تعيدها. عذرا. طيب. Again, this is the fraction equation. Why this is the fraction? Because we have x or y in the denominators. And we have a fraction in one side or in both sides. To solve it, remove the fraction. How remove the fraction? Remove the fraction, we have y in the denominator, so we can multiply by y. Multiply all equation. Also we have the number 3 in the denominators, so multiply by also 3. نظرا لوجود الواي في المقام ضربنا في واي، نظرا لوجود الثلاثة في المقام ضربنا بالثلاث كمان. فشو تصبح عندي equation? Equation become multiply 3y with the each term. So we have 4 over y multiply by 3y equal 18 over 3y multiply by 3y and 1 multiply by 3y. So we have remove y with y and we have 12. Remove 3y with 3y, we have 18. Plus 1 multiply 3y, we have 3y. Okay? Y multiply by 3y to remove the denominators. We must remove the denominators. It's more easy. Now, move 18 to another side, so we have 12 minus 18 equal 3y. So we have 3y equal 12 minus 18 minus 6. By divide by 3, we have y equal negative 2. This is the solution. We must check here if the solution, when substitute in the equation, the solution substitute in the equation become the denominator equal 0. If equal 0, so remove, this is the solution. يعني لما طلع معي الحل minus 2 لازم نعوضه في المعادلة خصوصا في المقام. هل بخلي لي المقام زيرو؟ إذا for example كان الواي تساوي لي زيرو، مثلا كان الواي تساوي لي زيرو مثلا، هل is the y equal zero a solution for this equation? No. Why? Because the denominator becomes zero, so this is undefined. So if we have any solution after substitute in the equation and the denominator equals zero, so remove this solution. Okay? Yeah, will be contradiction. راح يكون contradiction ما إلها حل إلا إذا كانت الواي إلها حلين. For example minus 2 y equal 0. So remove only 0. Okay, remove only 0. So this is have a solution and this is conditional. واضح؟ اللي سأل مين سألني؟ أو مش سأل استفسر أميرة. Okay. If we have two solutions and one of them after substitute in the equation and the denominator equals 0, we need to remove the solution. Now, we have some application equation. Find a variable for unknown quantity. If we have unknown quantity, so put this unknown quantity x, y, s, t, any variable. Okay. If we need to write the figure, draw the figure, or write the table, if we need, okay? But the very way that solve the equation and the okay. Now رجاء أنا أتبع معكم شات. الكلام اللي ما له علاقة في السلايد اللي بشرح فيه رجاء نهائيا ما حدا يكتب رجاء الحار. ليه؟ لأنه بتضيعوا وقتي وبتضيعوا الوقت الثانيين. أنا كل ما أشوف واحد كتب بنتبه ويقعد أقرأ. فإحنا هنا مش وضع شات، أنا والله مش فاتح الشات عشان والله تتحدثوا مع بعض. واضح؟ أنا حاط الشات إذا في استفسار في شيء للمحاضرة. طيب نكمل. Now we have example how much 20 acid solution. So we have a 20 acid solution should be mixed with 400 ml of 5 acid solution. So we need to the quantity of 20% acid solution. So this is the quantity of this solution or acid solution. This is the X. Okay. To bring the concentration rate up to 100%. Look at this. We need to mix 20 acid solution, and this is the how milli X. I don't have any milli of 20% acid solution, but I have 400 milliliter for what? For 5% acid solution. Okay, this is equal what? This is equal, must be equal what? 10% for what? The total of a quantity, the total of 400 millimeter for acid 5% and plus X. X, this is unknown, so I don't have how many millimeters for acid solution, 20% acid solution. So this is the equation. We have 20%, we can write the 20, this we can write 20 over 100 or 2 over 10 or 1 over 5 or 0.20 like this. We can put it in many forms. Okay, so we have 0.2 of what? Of milli of acid solution. This is the X, and now plus 5%, so we have 0.05 because this is 5 over 100. Okay, we can put it as like this, or 1 over 20, or 0.05 like this. Multiply by what? 400 millimeter. This equal 10, 0.10 multiply by x plus 400. Okay, so 10, we can write 10 over 100, or 1 over 10, or 0.10. Now we can solve 0.2 x plus 400 multiplied by 5 over 100, so we have 20 equal 0.10x plus 10 multiply 10 10 over 100 multiply 400, so we have we have 40 like this. Now we have x and x, move the x here, we have 0.10x equal, move the 20 to another side, so we have 40 minus 20, 20, by divide 0.1, so the x equal 200 milliliter. Okay, any question? Any question? Look at the complex number. Complex number, this is, we have here two type, real part and imaginary part. So the number in the complex number in the two part, a plus b I. This real part and b imaginary part. Okay. Now, what's the meaning I? I means radical -1. In the real number, this is undefined. In the real number, this is undefined. The radical -1, this is undefined. Okay, this is not real number. So this is equal I. I equal radical -1. طب I square equal radical -1 all square. We can remove a square with radical, so this is equal what? -1. So if we have the square equal negative, we have complex number, not real number. If we have square equal negative, we have complex number, not real number. Right, I to the power 3. I to the power 3 equal what? What's the value I to the power 3? -1 I square. Amira, I square equal -1. But I to the power 3. It's easy. I to the power 3, this is I square multiply I. So we have I square equal -1 multiply by I, so we have -I. Okay, So I to the power 3 equal what? Negative I. I to the power 4. What's the value of I to the power 4? 1. Not I, 1. Why? This is I square multiply I square. Huh? I square negative 1 multiply negative 1. This is equal what? 1. I to the power 5. I to the power 5 return to the I. Okay? Return to the I to the power 6, the same I square. I to the power 7, the same I to the power 3, and so on. Okay? Now, if we have real number, for example, radical minus 25. If we have negative inside the radical, this is complex number. Okay, what's the value of radical minus 25? We can remove negative inside the radical. We can remove, but we must put it I and radical 25. Why? Because we can put it the radical minus 1 multiply 25 and distribute the radical in the minus 1 multiply 21. What's the value of radical minus 1? This equal I. So put it here, the I. What's the value of radical 25? Equal 5. So we have 5I. Okay? Any question? Example, we need to multiply 2 radical and inside the radical negative. What's the value of this? This equal 3I. Why 3I? Because we have negative, remove the negative, put it I, and radical 9 equal 3. So we have 3I. What's the value of negative, the radical of negative 16? Remove the negative, put it I. And radical 16 equal what? 4. So we have 4I. Okay? Now we can multiply by 3 multiply 4, 12. And I multiply I square. But what's the value of I square? I square equal what? Negative 1. Yes. 12 multiply negative 1, so we have negative 12, the final answer. Okay? The second one. The number, this is complex or not complex? This is complex. Look at this. 3 plus 8i. Or, for example, 8i like this. This is complex number. Okay? This is complex number. In the first one, we have 2 parts, real and image part. In the second, we have also 2 parts, real part and image part. What's the value of real part in the second? What's the value of real part in the second? 0. Yes. No, in real part. Abdullah, Ahmed, real part. Real part, this is real without I. Real part 0. Real equal 0. أما imaginary number equal what? 8. Okay? Here we have real part equal 3 and imaginary part equal also 8. But if we have number 3 only without I, this is real part only. We don't have imaginary part. Imaginary equals 0. I equals 0. Okay. So the complex number with 3, real part 3, and 8, this is imaginary part. Okay. If we have 3 complex number, this one minus this one plus this one, how can addition or subtraction complex number? If we need to add or subtract complex number, just add the real part, okay, together, and imaginary part together. So we must add 4 minus 3 plus 2. 4 minus 3, why minus 3? Because we have negative, don't forget, put the negative inside the brackets. Okay, 4 minus 3, 1. 1 plus 2, so we have 3. And add and subtract the imaginary part together. So we have 7 plus 6 plus 10. This is correct. 7, we need to find the 7i plus 6i plus 10. This is correct. No.
لا مو بصحيح.
اوكي باي chat بعد اذنك. حياك الله. Why not plus 6? Because we have negative outside the brackets. We must multiply the negative. Don't forget, multiply first. We must multiply first. After that, add. Okay. So firstly, simplify. Any number outside the brackets, we must put it inside and multiply in each term. So this is not positive 6, negative. 7 minus 6, we have 1. 1 plus 10, so we have 11i. Okay, good. طيب نرجع لمحمد. Why positive 8 while we got negative 1. والله ماني فاهم عليك يا محمد. So we multiply it with and the negative. وين النيجاتيف؟ هذه هي positive 8. هيها positive 8. انت قصدك نيجاتيف انه الاي مش نيجاتيف 1. الاي جذر نيجاتيف 1 وخلص. يا محمد الايمج بارت هذا بلس هذا اي. الايمج بغض النظر عن الاي هذا لحاله اللي هو مضروب في اي b multiply by I. This is image. Okay, part A, only A, real part. Okay, right. How can multiply two complex number together? Just like multiply two brackets. Multiply any terms in the first bracket with all terms in the second brackets. So multiply 1 with 1, 1 with 2, and 1 with 3i. Okay, after that, negative 4 multiply by 2, and negative 4i multiply by 3i. Okay, so multiply each term in the first bracket with each term in the second brackets. Okay, number 1 multiply, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is multiply number 3, this is multiply number 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and this 4. 1 multiply 2, 2, 1 multiply 3i, 3i, negative 4i multiply by 2, so we have negative 8i. Why? Because negative 4 multiply 2 negative 8 and put it I as it is. زي كأنه احنا بنضرب بالإكس، يعني لما يكون عندي والله مثلا سالب 4x multiply by 2 مثلا، نفس المبدأ minus 8x، صح ولا لا؟ فهي الآي برضو نفس المبدأ. Okay. So we have negative 8i. Number 4, the multiplication number 4, negative 4 multiply positive 3, so we have negative 8. I multiply I square. This is very important. We need to find the I square, because from where I square? From I multiply I. Okay, I square, this equal what? This equal negative 1. عشان هيك في البداية أنا حطيت لكم I. Okay, but I square equal, I square equal negative 1. I to the power 3 equal negative I. Okay, I to the power 4 equal what? Equal 1. Okay, this is very important. Why? Because we need to remove I square and put it negative 1. We need to remove I to the power 3, put it negative I. Remove I to the power 4 and replace with 1. Okay, so I square equal negative 1. Look at this. Now we have 2 and positive 3 minus 8 minus or negative 5. Multiply negative 12 with negative 1, we have positive 12. Now add 12 with 2, we have 14 minus 5i. Okay, any question? Okay, if we need to divide the complex number, we must study the subject called the conjugate. Okay, what's the conjugate? Conjugate, if we have conjugate of the any number or the complex number, this equal a plus bi, the conjugate equal a minus bi. Okay, for example, if we have 3 plus 5i, conjugate 3 minus 5i. Another example, 4 minus 7i, the conjugate 4 plus 7i. Another example, minus 2i without real part equals 0. So the conjugate equal what? 2i. If we have real part, for example, only 9, what's the conjugate here? What is the conjugate of 9? Good, 9. The conjugate المرافق. الكونجيجيت يعني المرافق للعدد الحقيقي هو نفسه، فقط بنغير إشارة الإيماجينري بارت. Okay, so if we have any complex number, multiply by the conjugate. Look at this, a, b, but here positive b, here positive, negative b. After multiply any number with its conjugate, we have a square plus b square. For example, if we have multiply any number 2 minus 3i, what's the conjugate of 2 minus 3i? This is 2 plus 3i. After multiply, this equal what? This equal the first square plus, always plus, the second square, 3 square, or negative 3. This is after square, this is positive. Okay, so we have 4 plus 9 equal 13. Okay, look at this. If we multiply two value, the number and the conjugate in the traditional without this laws and traditional multiplication, 2 multiply 2 4, 2 multiply 3i plus 6i, minus 3 multiply 2 minus 6i, minus 3 multiply 3i, we have minus 9i square. Remove 6i with negative I, so we have 4 minus 9, but I square equal negative 1, so we have 4 plus 9. Okay, this is direct. Just this value if multiply the complex number with its conjugate. Okay, now we can divide the complex number by multiply numerator and denominators with conjugate of what? We must multiply with conjugate of denominators. نضرب بمرافق المقام، دائما مرافق المقام. اوكي، إذا ما عندي complex number in denominators, this is no need conjugate, no need anything. For example, if replace this one, for example, we have 3 plus 5i over 4. This is no need to multiply by conjugate. This is direct, no need. This is 3 over 4 plus 5 over 4i. This is the answer. If divide complex over real number, no need the conjugate. Okay, but if we have complex number in denominators or in both numerator and denominators, we need to find the conjugate, or we need to multiply by conjugate. Look at this. We have okay عشان خطوة خطوة 4 over 3 أو أحط رقم آخر أو example, another example. 5i here, 2 minus 3i. Okay, now we need to multiply by conjugate. What's the conjugate? The conjugate of denominators, 2 plus 3i, and multiply numerators with the same number, 2 plus 3i. Okay, multiply by 2 plus 3i and 2 minus 3i multiply by 2 plus 3i. This equal what? This equal in denominators directly the first square plus the second square. Okay, like this. Okay, now return 5i multiply by 2, we have 10i. 5i multiply 3i, we have 15i square. Okay, this equal 15 plus I square. I square, this is negative 1. So we have negative 15 plus 10i. Why negative 15? Because 15 multiplied by I square. I square equal negative 1. over 4 plus 9, we have 13. So the final answer equal minus 15 over 13 plus 10 over 13i. What's the real part? Real part, negative 15 over 13. What's the imaginary part? 10 over 13. Okay, any question? Any question? Quadratic equation in this form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is the quadratic equation اللي هي المعادلة التربيعية. اوكي. وطبعا في يعني must be a not equal 0. Must be a not equal 0 because if a equals 0, so we don't have x squared, we have x. This is linear, not a quadratic equation. Okay, but b must, we can put it b 0, we can put it c 0, no problem, but a must be not equal 0. Now if we have two brackets, for example, equal 0, for example x plus 1 and 2x minus 4. If we have two brackets, for example m and n, multiply together and the answer equals 0, so maybe the first bracket equals 0 or the second bracket equals 0. اوكي، هذا تعلمته يعني يا مستحيل انه حاصل ضرب equal 0 الا اذا كان واحد منهم 0. So x equal negative 1 after move the positive 1 to the right hand side, or 2x equal 4 after divide by 2 we have x equal what? 2. So we have two solutions for this equation. Okay, now sometimes we have example x square equal number. X square in equal number, we can take the radical for both sides. So we have radical x square and radical k. Radical remove with x square, yeah, but in the equation must be put it positive negative. Okay, must be put it positive negative after in equation, after remove the x square with the radical must be put it positive. For example, if we have x square minus 4 equal 0. Now move the negative 4, we have x square equal 4. After take the radical, x equal what? What's the radical 4? Radical 4, 2. But we have positive negative. Why? Because take the radical for x square. Okay. We have many examples for quadratic equation. Some example we can solve it by factorization, like this. This is solved by factorization. What's the meaning factorization? Put it two brackets x, x, and we need two number a and b multiply together equal negative 12. Here we need also, this is two number must be the addition equal negative 1. Okay, what's the two numbers? The multiplication equal negative 12. Negative 12, this mean a and b not in the same sign, opposite sign, one positive and another negative. Because if we have the answer for multiplication equal negative, so one of them must be negative, but not both negative, because negative multiply negative equal positive. Okay, so we have for this one, we have many solutions. Minus 1 multiply 12, or 1 multiply negative 12, or minus 2 multiply 6, 2 multiply negative 6, minus 3 multiply 4, or 3 multiply negative 4. Okay, which one the addition equal negative 1? This one only. The addition equal negative 1. So put it negative 4, positive 3. Now we have negative 4, x minus 4 equals 0, or 3 plus, x plus 3 equal 0. So the solution equal what? X equal 4 and x equal minus 3. The second example, look at this example. Here, if we have number in the side and square in another side, take the radical directly. Okay, so we need to take the radical. Radical for square, radical for the 5. If we take the radical for square, remove square with the radical, so we have x minus 3. But we must put it what? Positive, negative in another side. Okay? And radical 5 is still radical 5. We no need to simplify and find it by calculator. Put it in radical 5 as it is. Okay, so now move the 3 in another side, so we have positive 3. Now we have two solutions, 3 plus radical 5. This two solutions, not one solution. The first solution is 3 plus radical 5, and the second solution is 3 minus radical 5. Okay, this is two solutions. Any question? The greater number will take the middle sign. Yes, sure. زميلكم بيحكي إنه العدد الأكبر دائما باخذ إشارة الوسط، وهذا أكيد عشان عند الأديشن لازم إذا كان العدد الأكبر بوزيتيف فبكون ناتج بوزيتيف، العدد الأكبر نيجاتيف بكون نيجاتيف. Now, sometimes we need to completing square. Completing square means our steps. Firstly, we need to remove a. So divide by a, both sides. All terms divide by a. After that, put the x in the after divide the a, the equation become x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equal what? 0. Like this. After divide by a, 0 over a, 0. Now isolate the variable term. So put it x squared plus ba x in the left hand side and the number in the right hand side, like this. Now complete the square. We need to add for both sides the half of the coefficient, the half square or square of the half, the coefficient of x. So we need p over a divide by 2 and find the square. This number add in the left and right. Okay, after that apply the square roots. راح يكون عندك square like this plus numbers. You can take the radical for both sides. خلينا نشوف مثال عليه. Look at this. 2 خلينا أحلها. 2x square minus 8x minus 16 equals 0. In first step, divide by the 2. Okay, we need x square only. So we have x square minus 4x minus 8 equal what? 0. Now, put it x square and 4x in the left hand side and right hand side 8. Okay. Now, what's the value of the coefficient? The coefficient of x equal negative 4. So we need take the negative 4, always divide by 2 and find the square. This equal what? Minus 4, always positive number because we have square. Minus 4 over 2, we have negative 2. Negative 2 square, we have 4. So we must add 4 here and here. Okay. Now, we have x square minus 4x plus 4 equal 8 plus 4. هذه plus 4 ضفناها هنا وهنا. In both sides. In this side we have x, always x, plus or minus. This is depend on the value or the sign of the coefficient of x. So we have negative. And the radical of 4, what's the radical of 4? 2. So take the radical, okay? Or put it, this is the value directly. What's the value inside the brackets without square? Inside the brackets we have negative, so we have negative 2. Negative 2, put it negative 2. Now this is square. Okay? This is not x minus 2 only. This is minus x minus 2 square. Now take the radical for both sides. So we have x minus 2, okay, equal positive negative radical 12. Okay, now continue. We have x equal, put it to negative 2 to the another side. We have 2 plus minus radical 12. So we have two solutions. 2 plus radical 12 and 2 minus radical 12. Okay. Any question? Okay. Sometimes we need to find the solution by quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, if we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Also, we can find the solution or solve the quadratic equation by quadratic formula. What's the quadratic formula? X equal minus b plus minus radical b squared minus 4ac over 2. This is called discriminant. This is discriminant. If discriminant positive, we have two solutions, two real solution. Discriminant 0, so we have one real solution. If the discriminant negative is than 0, so we have two complex solution. Okay. So the discriminant inside the radical positive, we have three only cases. The first case positive, so we have two solutions. real solution. Sometimes this is equal 0, so we have one real solution. If the discriminant equals negative, so we have two complex solution. Complex solution so means the solution A plus BI. For example, like this, appear the I in the solution. راح تظهر مع ال I. Now, okay, this is already describe this here. Okay, the example about this, look at, we have here A equal 2, here B equal -3, here C equal 7. Okay, so put it the X equal what? Minus B over, this is the quadratic formula, plus minus radical B square minus 4AC over 2A. So replace A by 2, replace B by -3, replace C by 7. Okay, look at this, -3, we have 3, and the inside discriminant B square equal 9 minus 4, always 4, this is from the formula, multiply by A2, multiply by 7, this is the C. So we have 9 minus 4 multiply 2, 8, 8 multiply 7, we have 56. So we have minus 47, minus -47. So we have two complex solution. Why? Because this is less than 0. Discriminant negative. So we have two complex solution. Okay, this one. If we have inside the radical negative, this mean what? This mean put it I. Only put it I. Remove the negative and put it I. So we have a 3 over 4, this one. Our radical 47 over 4, this one, and remove the negative and put it I. So we have 3 over 4 plus or minus, radical 47. Okay, any question? Okay, example number 5. Determine the number and type of solution for the equation. Here we need determine the number and type of solution. Type of solution. Type of solution, real solution, complex solution. This is two type, but the number of the solution, we have two solutions or one solution, real solution, two real solution, or one real solution, or two complex solution. Now we must find the discriminant B square minus 4AC. What's the value of A equal 4, B equal -5, C equal 11. Negative discriminant, we have negative. Negative, so this is less than 0, so we have two complex solution, okay, or imaginary solution. No problem. Imaginary solution or two complex solution, this is the same. Okay. Now we have a famous formula for the distance between the object and the ground and fall down the object, or we can throw the object in the air from the ground, and so on. So we have the famous quadratic equation, this one. What's the meaning, the S? This is the vertical position. Position for what? For the objective moving vertically. An object move vertically from the ground, okay, and S, the distance between the ground and the object, this is S, okay, S. How can compute the S? This is equal minus half multiplied by G. G, this is equal 32 feet, or 9.8 meter, okay, like this, per second square, per second square, okay. This is in the meter, this is in the feet. This is the value of G اللي هو الجرافيتي، اللي هو الجاذبية، اوكي، التسارع تاع الجاذبية. Plus V naught. V naught, this is the initial velocity. Initial velocity اللي هي السرعة البدائية اللي انضرب فيها أو انضم فيها هذا الأوبجكتيف. Okay. And S naught, the initial position. This mean S naught يعني الارتفاع الأوبجكتيف عن الجراوند، the distance between the ground and the objective، لحظة انطلاق. هذه الانيشال at time zero، في اللحظة زيرو كم كان ارتفاعه، في اللحظة زيرو كم كان الفيلوسيتي، اوكي. في نوت initial velocity، اللحظة عند الانطلاق. S نوت المسافة ما بين الأوبجكتيف and the ground، لحظة الانطلاق. Okay, so the G equal what? 32 or 80.8, sorry, 9.8. Okay. Now, look at this example. Diver jumping approximately straight upward from the diving board. We have diving board, and we have here someone, okay, diving down vertically, okay, and we have here the water. The initial velocity, this mean initial velocity V naught equal what? 5, and the diving board 3 meters above the water. So initial also the distance between the object, the person or the diver, and the water, this is S naught, this equal what? 3. Now right model express the value of the high S directly. S equal what? S equal half G T square plus V naught T plus S naught. So substitute S naught, substitute V naught, and the value of G equal, what's the dimension? Meters. So put it G 9.8 because we have meter, not feet. Okay. This is the value of S, or the equation of the S. Okay. Multiply, sorry, negative half with 9.8, we have negative 4.9 plus this is the V naught and this is the S naught. Okay. Number 2, find the time requirement for dive to hit the water. Okay, a diver hit the water vertically, so the diver here, okay, and this is water. So the distance between the diver and water equal what? Equal 0. المسافة اللي هي S اللي قاعدين نحسبها. So we have minus 4.9 t square plus 5t plus 3. This is the equation. This is the equation of S in the previous, slide. This one must be equal 0, and we need to find the time. So this is equal what? 0. To compute what? To compute the time the diver reach or hit the water. بدنا الوقت اللي بيصطدم فيه هذا السباح أو الغواص في المي. Okay. So we have this equation. We can find the solution of the quadratic equation by quadratic formula. We have x equal negative b plus minus radical b square minus 4ac over 2a, like this. This is the quadratic formula. Put it the b square minus 4, this is the a, this is the c over a. We have two solutions. One of them negative. This is the solution of this quadratic formula, but negative must be removed. Why remove the negative? This is the solution. 1.44 second the diver reach the water or hit the water, but this is must be removed. Why? Why remove the negative? Because this is what? This is time. Yeah, time cannot be negative. Good. ممتاز. Now we have many polynomial equation like this. So if we need to find the for this polynomial equation to the power 3, we can solve it in many ways. One of these ways, we have the factorization of this equation. We have 2x plus 5, and the formula, general formula, a to the power 3 plus b to the power 3. This equal a plus b and a square minus ab plus b square. Okay, if we have here negative, just put this negative and this is positive. Okay, last one always plus b square. Now, so we have the cube roots of 2 of x to the power 3x, the cube roots of 125, 5. So we have all here for x square minus 10x plus 25. Okay, now solve this one. 2x plus 5 equals 0, so we have x equal negative 5 over 2. This is the solution. Okay, another solution for x square minus 10x plus 25 equals 0, and solve it by quadratic formula. Okay, after solve it by quadratic formula, we have negative, replace negative with I, so we have 3 solutions. The first solution, this one, and the second solution, third solution, this one. Okay, this is after solved by quadratic form. Sometimes we have radical. If we have radical, firstly, put the radical in the one side and any numbers in another side. Now, take the power for both sides. If we have radical, for example, equal a, radical x, take the square for both sides. Okay? If we have cube roots of x equal a, take for both sides to the power 3, and so on. Okay? Now, after that, we must check the radical, because the radical, especially square roots, must be checked. Square roots must be checked. Okay? Look at this example. We have number, move it to the right hand side. So we have 6 minus 2 equal 4. Take the cubes for both sides, because we have radical with index 3. Okay, so remove this one, and 4 to the power, remove power 3 with roots, cube roots, so put it x minus 1, and 4 to the power 3 equal 64. 4 multiply 4, 16. 16 multiply 4, 64. Okay, and move the negative 1 to another side, so we have 64 plus 1. Why don't put it plus minus, positive, negative? Why? Here, I don't write positive, negative. It's a cube, yeah. If we have odd, no need to put it positive, negative. But if we have this even زوجي, we must put it positive, negative. Okay? Here. If we take to the power n for both sides, and we have even زوجي, we must put it positive, negative. Okay, for both sides. In general, this is for if we need to find the radical for both sides. In general, sometimes, look at this example. Radical x minus 1 plus 2 equals 6. For example, we solve it the same minus 6, but we need put it minus 6. We solve it by the same steps. Look at this. X minus 1, put it negative 8. Because minus 6 minus 2, negative 8. Take the square for both sides, so we have x minus 1 equal what? 64. Okay. Now, put it the x equal 8 square, 64, equal 65. Okay, this is correct. This is correct. Okay, Abdullah بيقول yes. This is correct. Okay, substitute Abdullah here. Substitute x equal 65. We don't need عبد العزيز، إذا أخذنا للزوجي والفردي ما بنحتاج نحط بوزيتيف نيجاتيف، ما بنحتاج يا عبد العزيز. إذا أخذنا القوة إذا كانت فردي أو زوجي كامل، الآن أنا بحكي ما في داعي للبوزيتيف نيجاتيف. هذا البوزيتيف والنيجاتيف لما ناخذ الجذر للطرفين. اوكي. طيب الآن substitute x. So we have 65 minus 1 plus 2. This equal must be minus 6. But we have 64 plus 2. This equal 8 plus 2. So this is not equal negative 6. This is not equal. So this is not solution. Why 10? Also not 10. Look at this. We have radical equal negative. The answer of radical equal negative, this is impossible. This is no solution. Why? Because the radical equal negative. الجذر عمره ما بيكون نيجاتيف. اوكي. الجذر عمره ما بيكون يساوي نيجاتيف. تمام وضحت؟ Sometimes we have m over n, the equation with m over n equal k. Here we need to take for both sides n over m, n over m, n over m. إذا هنا في radical. اوكي. هنا بنسأل عن الام اللي هي خاصة بالراديكال. This is for radical. اوكي. This is for radical اللي هو في المقام. وهذه to the power n. يعني هذه هيك شكلها. هذه m for all to the power n. اوكي. If m is odd, we not put it positive negative. If m is even, so put it positive negative. Okay. M even, put it positive negative. M odd, we don't need to put it positive negative. Okay. Now, for example, we have this one. We must take for both sides 5 over 2. العكس. هي 2 over 5 ناخذ 5 over 2. But here الأم even زوجي. So we must put it positive negative. Remove this one with this one, so we have c plus minus the cubes. This is mean radical of 4 all to the power 5. What's the value of radical 4? 2. 2 to the power 5, this is 32. So put it 32. Positive, negative 32. Okay. Another example, if we have the same example for c equal, another example, 3 over 4 equal, for example, 2. We must take the 4 over 3, but 3 odd. So put it c 3 over 4, take the 4 over 3 and 2 for 4 over 3. So we don't need here to put it positive negative. Remove this one, so we have c equal 2 the cube roots of 2, or keep it as it is, or we can put it as radical cube roots of 2 to the power 4, or we can put it the 4 outside. Okay, like this. Solve the equation in quadratic form. Here we don't have the equation in quadratic form, okay, directly. So we need to convert it to quadratic formula. How? Put it the x to the power this one, let x to the power 1 over 3 equal u or y or s or t, any value. Here we have x 1 over 3 all to the power 2. We can separate the 2 outside the x to the power 1 over 3. And in general, if we have x a over b, we can put it this one equal x 1 over b all to the power a, like this. So we have y square, sorry, u square minus 3u minus 4. By factorization, we have negative 1 plus 1, so u equal 4 or u equal negative 1. But u, we must replace by x. So replace u with x to the power 1 over 3, and here 1 over 3, this means take the cube for both sides. So x equal 64 because we have 4 to the power 3, and we x equal negative 1 because we have negative 1 to the power 3. I have many slides يا محمد اعذرني. If we have time, we can go back and solve it for any subject, okay? Now, I have inequality. Inequality means replace the equality equation. Inequality, we have less than or equal, greater than or equal. This is the inequality. If we have equal, so this is equation. الإيكويشن إنه فيها مساواة اللي هي equality. أما inequality have the sign greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. Okay, for example, like this. Now, we can add number for both sides, subtract for both sides, no problem. But when multiply or divide by number, we must check this is positive or negative. If we have positive, so keep it as it is, less than. But if multiply by negative and we have greater than, we must replace it with, and we have less than, we must replace it with greater than. For example, about this, 2x equal, not equal, less than or equal 4 or 10. So we need to divide by 2. Divide by 2 positive. Divide by 2. So we have x less than or equal 5. Okay? But if we have coefficient negative, for example, minus 2x less than or equal 10, we need to divide by negative 2. By divide negative 2, we must change the sign of the inequality from less than or equal to greater than or equal, and x equal minus 5, like this. Okay? But in addition, subtraction, this is, for example, 2x plus 1 less than 5, we can put it this one another side. So we have 2x less than 4 because we have 5 minus 1 by divide by 2. So we have x less than 2. Divide by 2 positive. Look at this inequality. First step, put the negative 4 or 7 in the another side. So we have positive 7 or plus 7. 9 plus 7, we have 16. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. So look at this. We need to change from greater than to less than or equal. So 16 over negative 4, negative 4. So we have x less than or negative 4. In the real line, we have negative infinity to infinity. Look at this. We have negative 4 less than negative 4, not greater than, less than. So we have this region, هذه المنطقة, less than negative 4. If we need to greater than, this one greater than or equal negative 4. Okay? But here we need x less than or equal. This is the value of x. Okay? X less than the negative 4. So we can put it like this. Negative infinity. Sorry. Negative 4, this open, this close, because we have equality. We have equality. If we don't have equality, for example, the solution x less than negative 4 without inequality, so the real line from negative 4, negative infinity to infinity, this one negative 4, this open. So from negative infinity to negative 4, open. Okay, not close. Because I don't have equality in the sign of inequality. Sometimes we have two inequality. If we have two inequality and union means or if we have find the solution, the first inequality or the second inequality, or means union. Okay, so we need to find the union اللي هو اتحاد. But the intersection between two inequality, this means and. So we need the solution of the first inequality and the second, not or. So this is intersection, التقاطع. So this one. Okay. Look at this. We have and means intersection. Look at this. We have 2x less than 6. So by divide by 2, we have x less than 3. In real number, negative, positive, infinity, we have 3. So the first solution, this one. Okay, this is the first one. The second one, this one, the second. Move the 4, so we 5 to another side, we have negative 5. So x greater than negative 5, x greater than or equal negative 1, x greater than or equal negative 1. Where is negative 1? For example, here negative 1, we have a close and greater than, x greater than, so we need this one. What's the region of intersection? The region of intersection, we have two colors, green and blue. Green and blue. This is the region, هذه منطقة the intersection. So we have close from 1 and open from 3. Okay, this is the solution. Sometimes we have two inequality in the same inequality, two inequality sign, like this. Look at this example. We have 4, so put it 4 here, and we have negative 4, and put it 4, move 4 to the both side, to the left and the right. When move the positive 4 to the left and right, we have negative 4 for both sides, like this. We have negative 8, and we have positive 4. So the x, this is the solution of x. Open from 11 to 4, x between negative 11 to 4, but open because we don't have equality, open from 11 but closed from 4 because we have equality. Now we have OR. This means union. The first equation divide by 3, negative 3. Look at this negative, so change the sign of inequality. So we have 12 over negative 3, negative 4. And move the 7 here. We have 9 minus 7 equal 2. So y greater than 2. Look at this. Minus infinity to infinity. We have the first equation in the blue, this one, less than negative 4. So we have negative 4 open and less than 2 minus infinity. The second one, this one, we have y greater than or equal to, so we have 2 closed and greater than 2. So what's the solution? Solution, this is the union. We take the two region. If we have and, يعني لو واحد يسألني لو كان عندي and، لو كان هذه and يعني intersection، هنا في intersection, we have intersection? No. So the solution 5. But the union from minus infinity to minus 4 open, union from close to infinity, close to infinity, this is the second region. Okay, but if we need to find the intersection, this is 5. I don't have intersection between this separated region. Now we have the absolute value. If we have absolute value for example, k and k greater than positive, like this, change the color, like this, equal k and k positive, so we can put it, you remove the absolute value, but we must put it u equal k and u equal negative k. For example, about this, 2x equal 10. So we can remove the absolute value around the 2x, but we must put it 2x equal 10 or 2x equal negative 10. Okay, put it in together, 2x equal 10 or 2x equal negative 10. By divide by 2, we have x equal 5 or x equal negative 5. So we have two solutions. Okay, but if k equals 0, we have one solution, u equals 0. For example, here, if 2x plus 10 equals 0, for example, يعني the absolute value equals 0. So we have 2x plus 10 equals 0. Move the 10 minus 10 by divide by 2x equal negative 5. Okay, but if k negative, directly no solution. For example, if we have 2x with absolute value equal minus 10, this is directly no solution. Why? Because the absolute value must be positive, not equal negative 10. Okay, in the left hand side we have absolute value for 2x. In the right hand side we have negative number. This is impossible because the result of the absolute value always positive. Okay. What if you come by negative in the absolute? No problem. For example, مين اللي سأل محمد؟ ما في مشكلة. For example, you means for example minus 2x plus 1 equal 3, like this, yeah? Or need without 1, like this. Okay, solve it by this, like this. We have negative 2x equal 3, negative 2x equal negative 3, no problem. By divide by negative 2, x equal minus 3 over 2, x equal 3 over 2. Okay? No problem, take it as it is. Okay? Just remove the absolute value and put it the another side positive and negative. Okay, Muhammad, inshallah أكون جاوبت. Example for absolute value, put it 5 here. So we have 10 minus 5, 5. Now we have 3 minus x minus 3 equal 5. X minus 3 equal negative 5. Why negative? هذا another example. يا أروى. This is another example. Okay. Another example. أنا حطيته يعني ما يعني أنت بتسألي ليش حطينا negative 2x؟ أنا حطيته. هذا مثال. أنت قصدك يعني مع القيمة المطلقة إنه نشيل النيجاتيف. القيمة المطلقة ما بتشيل النيجاتيف if we have variable. If we have variable, the absolute value may be x positive, may be x negative. Okay, I don't know the value of x. So how can I find the value of x? So put it inside the absolute value. For example, minus 2x equal 3 and another solution equal minus 3 to find the value of x. This is equation. Okay, not number. أنا عارف النمبر إذا كان مثلا negative 5 مباشرة 5. This is number, not equation. Okay. Look at this. This is have solution. Example 2. Have solution? No. Why? Absolute value equal negative. Directly no solution. If we have two absolute value in both sides. In both sides, for example, u equal w. Here, put it u equal w and u equal negative w only, just like this. Okay, I think this is written before. Here, number 4. If we have u equal w and both sides we have absolute value on both sides, put it one of any side, w or u, no problem, equal u equal w, u equal negative w, like this. So we have 2x minus 10 equal x plus 2, this is the first. The same one, 2x minus 10 equal negative بين قوسين, لازم بين قوسين. We have negative for what? Not for x, not for 2, for x plus 2. Okay. Now put the negative inside the brackets. So we have negative x, negative 2. Move the negative 10. Move the negative x to the left hand side. So we have here 2x. Okay, the solution, final solution. We have 2x plus x equal negative 2 plus 10. So we have 3x equal 8. By divide by 3, we have x equal 8 over 3. This is the solution. Another one, move the 10x, move the, move the, next. Move the x to another side, so we have 2x minus x equal 2 plus 10. So we have x equal 12. So we have two solutions. Okay, this one and this one. Any question? Any question? Okay. Look at this. We have sometimes absolute value with inequality. For example, like this. For example, 3x plus 1 with absolute value less than 4, for example. Okay, what must we do? Remove the absolute value and put it as it is, at this form. The u between negative k and k. So put it the 3x plus 1 without absolute value. If we need to remove absolute value, between 4 and negative 4. Between 4 and negative 4. Now we can solve it by putting the 1 in the both sides. So we have a negative 1 in the left and the right hand side. We have negative 5 less than 3x less than 4 minus 1 3. By divide by 3, so we have x negative 5 over 3 and 3 over 3 1, like this. Okay, but if we have absolute value greater than k, so we need to separate two inequality. One of them u greater than k as it is without absolute value, or u less than minus k, greater than k, less than minus k. The same example, 3x plus 1 with absolute value greater than 4, this equal 3x plus 1 greater than 4, or 3x plus 1 less than negative 4. So we have two inequality. Move this one to another side, so we have 3x greater than 4 minus 1 3, or 3x and move the 1, we have minus 5. By divide by 3, we have x greater than 1 union x less than negative 5 over 3. Okay, so we have x greater than 1, we have from 1 to infinity union less than minus 5 over 3, and from minus infinity to minus 5 over 3, like this. This is example for our inequality with absolute value. Put the 3 here, we have 7. After that, we can remove the absolute value, but we need put it minus 7 here. Okay, so move the 7, so we have x between -14 and 0. Now if we have a greater than, this is separate, x plus 1 greater than 5 or less than -5, and we have x less than 6 like this is, and x greater than 4 from 4 to infinity. Okay, look at this one. If we have absolute value less than negative, this is no solution. How can find the x and we have absolute value less than the negative? Absolute value must be positive or 0. مستحيل تكون أقل من عدد سالب، مستحيل، ما في مجال، يعني هي لازم أصلا positive or 0. So this is impossible absolute value less than negative. طيب إذا كانت absolute value greater than negative, this is R, real number، لأنه دائما أي قيمة ل x, any value of x or y substitute in absolute value must be 0 or positive. So this is greater than by default، يعني greater than any negative number، صح؟ So this is R. هيك بنكون وصلنا لنهاية محاضرة اليوم وهذا الشابتر. تعمد تخلصوا عشان يكون عندكم مجال لقراءته ويكون عندكم مجال. بس خلينا أوقف التسجيل ويكون عندكم مجال يعني قبل الكويز لا تمعنوا قراءته على يعني في وقت كافي.
طيب دكتور سؤال.
تفضل.
وين راح نلاقي محاضرة مسجلة؟
أنا إن شاء الله الآن طلبت تخزينها من الموقع، لكن هي المشكلة أحيانا لما تكون طويلة جدا يطول يعطيني تسجيلها، أو أحيانا يعني يرفض يعطيني تسجيلها، ما أعرف ليش، خصوصا إذا كان طويل. لكن إذا وصلني التسجيل راح مباشرة أعطيها للدكتورة تنشرها في الLMS. أوكي، إذا عندكم جروب بإمكان واحد يتواصل معي وأنا أرسل اللينك خلينا نحكي الادمن تاع الجروب تبعكم. طبعا ما إلي دخل بالجروب
تبع الجروب.
خلاص اتواصل مع
ممكن اتواصل معك ترسل سلايد والرابط برضه.
ما في مشكلة، ما في مشكلة.
تمام، يعطيك العافية دكتور.
لكن إن شاء الله أنا أمل إنه يجي الفيديو يعني بصيغته الكاملة بدون أي ايرور إن شاء الله. طيب any question؟ أي سؤال؟ والله يعني إذا في عندكم أي سؤال لبعض برضو اسألوا، الآن نفتح المجال يعني. لكن هو أيمن أنا شفته حاط الجروب هذا بكل محاضرة أكثر من 10 مرات يعني تقريبا، كل ما أنتبه بلاقي هذا العلامة السوداء. يعطيه العافية يعني. وتعاونوا فيما بينكم سواء بالكويزز في TMA، لكن TMA حذاري واحد يعطي الحل كامل لآخر، لأنه راح ياخذ كوبي بيست وأنت تأخذ 0 قبله.